Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Stretford Post. How you doing? I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's doing good. Thank you for joining me this morning on this Monday morning. It is Monday morning, guys. You know what? It's the Monday blues, isn't it? But hopefully not for Manchester United today, as it is match day, guys. Lots to be excited about. It's Manchester United against Arsenal tonight, of course, guys. And we're really looking forward to the game, of course. Can't wait for it. Buzzing. However you want to say it, guys. I'm absolutely buzzing for the game. I hope Ruben Amorim can, you know what, make something happen tonight. But you know what? I'm not going to judge Man United today. Definitely not, because at the end of the day, the injuries that we're mounting up now, Luke Shaw is injured again. Can we believe it? You know what I mean? Can we believe it, for goodness sake? How many times, guys? How many times? When does it get to a point that we become a charity? Do you know what I mean? It's getting crazy, isn't it? Big up, Sniper Man. How you doing, guys? Thank you so much for joining me today, Sniper Man. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys, and smash a like on the video. If you could, guys, do that for me, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But let's get straight into it. Then, of course, it is match day. It is Manchester United against Arsenal, a fixture that has had so much history stacked on top of it. It's extra pressure, isn't it? When Man United play Arsenal, there's something special about that game, of course. I'm not saying it's the greatest game in English football. It hasn't been. But it has been the best game in English football over the last 30 years or so, guys. So one thing I would say is that let's look forward to the game. Let's hope we can do something special tonight. And let's hope, you know, I mean, you know what? Just not lose the game. I mean, let's not lose to Arsenal. We don't need Arsenal being giddy, do we? We want to end their title race. Whatever title race they're having, we want to end it tonight, guys, and get ourselves back in the top four race, of course, guys. Now, news in regards to Manchester United and generational talent, as it says in the thumbnail. Manchester United are interested in Florian Wirtz. Journalist confirms that club record Man United interest in signing dazzling Bundesliga sensation as Liverpool Man City battle awaits. So Manchester United could battle Man City and Liverpool in the signature for Florian Wirtz. Of course, Florian Wirtz, his price tag will be 80 million euros upwards, but he is deemed one of the most promising young players in European football. I mean, guys, I would love that player. I mean, I do think we need that position. If I'm being totally honest with you, we do need a Florian Wirtz to complement, obviously, Bruno Fernandes, etc. At the moment, we're like sort of shoehorning players into certain positions and stuff like that. But to get a player like a Florian Wirtz would be absolutely incredible. Of course, Manchester United have been touted as leading contenders to seal the game-changing signing of Florian Wirtz. But a respected German journalist has admitted that the concrete interest has come from only Manchester City, while Bayer Leverkusen's stance on the sale has also come to light. So basically, what the news are saying is that Man City are basically interested more. They're making more progress in regards to the move. They're making more active movements. But Man United are slowly lurking in the distance, ready to pounce on Florian Wirtz. Of course, Man United are a different animal these days, ain't they? That we got obviously Ineos in charge. Obviously now we got obviously Walcott and Omar Barada and Ashford and Vivel and those sort of players, so people around the club. So in theory, we have a better, more attractive lineup than Man City when it comes to the negotiation team, of course, guys. So that is very exciting news coming out. Of course, guys, there is obviously a list of players that Manchester United want. There are a list of Man United players that Man United are interested in. It doesn't mean we're going to get every single one of those players. Man United will create a very talented list of players that can fit the bill. Will United sign Florian Wirtz? It's going to cost a lot of money to sign Florian Wirtz, especially the fact that other clubs are interested in him as well, in particular Liverpool and Manchester City. But I wouldn't rule out a move for Florian Wirtz from Manchester United. I wouldn't rule it out completely. I think Man United are a different animal now when it comes to the negotiation team. So we have to wait and see what happens in regards to that. Of course, guys, of course. Big up, Sniper Man. I hope we don't lose to Arsenal. Sniper Man, we have to, you know what? The one thing I would say is that, you know what? If we lose to Arsenal, don't overreact. It is new. It's a different Man United at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Definitely, you know, I should take school lessons for you guys about Man United, you know what I mean? And then just sit you down and say, look, progress. This is what it's all. Progress is in the patience. Do you know what I mean? Success comes in with no compromise at the end of the day. And we have to not compromise our formation and our system. Hopefully we get something from the game today. It's going to be a very difficult game, guys. We cannot underestimate how difficult it's going to be at the Emirates. In particular, now we've got Leacher out. Obviously, we got Mainu out. We've got now Luke Shaw out. Again, Luke Shaw lets Manchester United down again. He lets Man United down again. Luke Shaw is injured again. He did send out a very, very apologetic kind of sympathy-ridden letter, of course, to the Manchester United fans, as we know, of course. Works doesn't fall foul in England. I hope he doesn't. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Good morning, boss. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. I don't think Works will come to England. You don't think? Why not? Why not? Who's your source? Why not? Absolutely. So, yeah, I think he will. I think it's a possibility that he will come to England. Florian Wirtz. England's the best league in the world, and to be honest with you, and he would be attracted by the proposition of coming to a Man United, even a Man City. But Man United have to act fast in regards to that deal, of course, guys. But I want to read you this, guys. I want to read you this this letter from, obviously, Luke Shaw, the sympathy-ridden letter, of course, guys. If you don't mind, let me just read this out for you real quick, of course. He said, "Hi, guys. It's hurting a lot to write this, as I really thought I had gone through my recent struggles and was on the positive path going forward. But unfortunately, I've had a small setback. I mean, surprise, surprise, you know what I mean? I've been through a lot and had a lot of ups and downs. And this, I mean, more downs, mate. I don't think you've had many ups. That's it. That definitely has been the toughest period. This has definitely been the toughest period. Really? I'm absolutely devastated, and it's extremely tough to come into terms with the reality at this moment in time. I understand there is going to be people frustrated, angry, disappointed, and I understand that. There is no one feeling that more than me. He's at this moment in time. At the end of the day, this moment in time, you know what I mean? You play for England and you're injured again for Manchester United, of course, guys. And what can we say? But that I can promise is I will do everything I can to come back better soon to help the club achieve the ambition and season. You're not going to come anywhere, mate. It's about time he went. It's about time he left the club, guys. I'll be honest with you. I'm tired of. We're not a charity, guys. We're not a charity. We're Manchester United. We need to think about this, of course. Thanks to everyone for support. It really doesn't go unnoticed, and I really do appreciate it. Of course you do, mate. Of course you do. Your agent wrote that. Well played, mate. Well played, of course, guys. Yeah. No, what do you guys make of that? Does anyone feel sorry for Luke Shaw? Does anyone feel sorry for Luke Shaw? I mean, come on, guys. Who out there feels sorry for Luke Shaw? I mean, I don't. I'll be honest with you. I know it sounds I did in the past. I remember the major injury that he had at Man United 10 years ago now. It is 10 years ago, of course, guys. We have to remember that. You know what I mean? There are players that come back from serious injuries and they play football. At the end of the day, Man United have got to stop now. You know what I mean? If we want to be at the top of the tree, we're going to have to start being a little bit more ruthless. There was talk also over this last couple of days that Man United may be prepared to offer Harry Maguire a new contract. Harry Maguire is now becoming injury prone as well. Harry Maguire is 32. We need to understand this. If we want to move forward as a football club, we need to seriously think about being ruthless and getting rid of those players that have been there for many, many years, basically underachieving, of course. Now, I've got nothing against Harry Maguire. I've got nothing against Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw, I've been an advocate for Luke Shaw for many, many years. I mean, I've been supporting him for many, many years to the point, you know, I had backlash from it. But now there comes a point when you think, you know what, mate, you're really taking the mick. You're really taking the pee, to be honest with you. You know what, when are you going to be fit? When we need you, you're never there. When we need you, you are never there. Man United need players they can call upon that when they are needed. Licha Martinez gets injured. Licha Martinez gets suspended. Luke Shaw's never available. Luke Shaw's never available to lend a hand. £180,000 a week. So that's why it makes me feel a little bit disillusioned, a little bit upset, a little bit angry by it, of course, guys, about the way this is all going on about these players that are running down their contracts, so to speak. It's becoming a bit like Phil Jones 2.0, isn't it? It's coming like that. And you know what? This has to stop at Man United. If we really want to have aspirations and challenging the powers that be up the top of the table, we really do need to get rid of some of these players. It's not, I mean, I'm not going to say that he's feigning injury, but the thing is, when you make yourself fit for England, not just once, but a couple of times for major tournaments, then that gets called into question, you know, your legitimacy as being injured. Do you know what I mean? That's when it happens, of course. And that's when we all start getting a little bit upset and we all start getting a little bit angry, so to speak, that why are you not playing football when we need you? Do you know what I mean? Why are you not doing that? It's crazy when you think about it, isn't it? But you know what? Playing for Man United doesn't really mean much to some people, does it? You know what I mean? Getting yourself fit doesn't really mean much. I mean, I've been watching Man United a very long time. I've seen a lot of players get injured. I've seen players play with injuries. You know what I mean? And as Jose Mourinho rightly said a few years ago when he was manager of Manchester United, there are some players that are played through injury, and there's some players who will get a little knock and are out for weeks. And this is the same thing. He also did say that some of those players who have been the problem in the dressing room are still at the football club. And who are those players? It doesn't take a genius to work out those players who they are. I mean, obviously you got Rashford has been there last decade. You've got Luke Shaw's been there the last decade. Do you know what I mean? And there's Bruno's been there the last 5 years, of course, guys. When does it come to a time that, you know what, we have to simply just move on? This is why I'm very happy about the Florian Wirtz, links, because we do need a new guard coming in. We need a new bunch of players coming in. We need to start giving new players a chance, I would say, in regards to that. And then, only then, we can move forward, of course. Good morning, Brian. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Looking forward to the game. Looking forward to it. Excited, of course, guys. Nervous a little bit nervous, a little bit anxious, of course, guys. A little bit anxious, of course. Now, Manchester United and Gutierrez, of course. Man United are in concrete talks over an 83 million transfer for Gutierrez. Man City, again, are lurking in the background, guys. Of course, Man City, you know what? They're going to try and get every player that Man United are interested in. Because at the moment, I firmly believe that Man United right now, this moment in time, have a better backroom staff, have a better negotiating team than Manchester City, in my opinion. I believe that. And anyone that Manchester United are linked with, they're going to go after it. Of course, people know who Gutierrez is. I'm not saying that they don't, but I'm just saying that as soon as Man United go after a player, they're after him as well. Like I was talking about Florian Wirtz just a minute ago. That, you know what, Man City want him as well. You know what I mean? And this, obviously, we're going to have to act quickly in the transfer market. £83 million. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of skrilla, of course, guys. Manchester United have opened talks with Ruben Amorim's former club Sporting over the signing of Victor Gutierrez, according to reports. The Swedish international has been on fire for Sporting this year, scoring a silly 49 goals across all competition, including a hat-trick against Manchester City in the Champions League. Of course, guys. Amorim's move for Sporting to Man United means several players from his former club are being linked with Old Trafford. Of course, we've been talking about that quite a lot, about obviously Giovanni Quenda, about Rayola, of course, guys. Players like that, of that nature, of course, have been interested. I mean, obviously, Ignacio has been shown interest. I mean, Ousmane Diomande has been interested in Manchester United, of course. The majority of stories have included teenage winger Giovanni Quenda and Gutierrez through the centre-backs Gonzalo Ignacio has also been linked. Gutierrez has an experience in playing in England, but not in the Premier League, having represented Champions side Coventry City between 2021 and 2023, spending the first 6 months on loan from Brighton. The Seagulls have now gave the 26-year-old a Premier League appearance. The Seagulls gave the 26-year-old a Premier League appearance after signing him from Swedish outfit Bombak Giana for just $1 million back in 2018. They sold him to Coventry for a tiny profit, and the Champions side sold him to Sporting for $24 million 2 years after he joined permanently. Gutierrez has 100 million euro, 82.9 million pound release clause in his Sporting contract, and the Portuguese side are unlikely to sell him for anything less. So look, you know what? It does look like Man United are very interested in Gutierrez. You know, it does look like Man United are front runners for the signature of Gutierrez. Of course, we're not going to get everyone, guys. I want to tell people this right now. We're not going to get everyone at the end of the day, and we have to wait and see what happens in the summer. Now, one transfer that Man United are looking to get during the winter window is, they're looking at bringing through players in the winter window, of course, whereas Man United bringing through these players. Diomande, they're looking to bring back a left back to the club. They're looking to bring in Ousmane Diomande, who's a centre back, but they are linked with a couple of left backs as well. Man United have a number of left backs they're interested in, and are looking to bring one of those left backs in during the winter window, of course, which will help us, of course, looking at the way that things are going with Luke Shaw and Malacia at the moment, of course, guys. Pay Shaw's contract out and get rid. I mean, we would have done, it's going to cost a fortune. His contract does expire in 2027. He's got over 2 years left on his contract. Crying out loud, isn't it? It's mad, isn't it? Absolutely. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening to you, Sal, and everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night to Jim. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Good morning, guys. It's worse. I like that. By the way, Rude won his first game in charge. Ruud van Nistelrooy. La, 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 la. Big up Ruud van Nistelrooy. Congratulations on the win. A convincing 3-1 win against West Ham United last night. It was 3-0 after 90 minutes. West Ham got a consolation goal. But obviously, I mean, what do you make of the VAR? VAR took their time with the first goal. It was absolutely diabolical. I was biting pavements. Biting pavements. Who are we to bite pavements? I was definitely biting pavement, waiting for them to give the goal. You know what? It reminds me of the Garnacho goal. It reminded me of the Garnacho goal against Arsenal last season. You know what I mean? When they took ages, and you know what? Ultimately, the decision didn't go our way when it was onside, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys make of that. But my main issue about VAR is that they can manipulate the angles. They can do it from that side. They can do it from behind. They can do it from the top, you know, just to suit their narrative and what they want. So I'm a little bit skeptical in regards to, obviously, VAR. Of course, English Premier League referees haven't given us really a chance to be positive about them, have they? I mean, obviously, we're going to question every single decision that they make. Good morning, Sanjay. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. On Sunday, we had 2 left-sided defenders for the Arsenal game. Now, no one. It's mad, isn't it, Brian? At the end of the day, I did say what we needed to buy a left-back. Selling Fernandes was an absolute crazy decision. This is why it's important. When we don't have a left-back, we give Harry Amass some minutes. I'm not saying start Harry Amass. I mean, give him some minutes here and there. I mean, 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here, whether it's the FA Cup, the League Cup, the Europa League. It's not going to hurt, you know, when you're 5-0 up against Barnsley to play Harry Amass, is it? Do you know what I mean? So, you know what? It would have been better to play a Harry Amass in those type of games to get him some match fitness, get him some strength to going forward, of course, guys. One thing I would say in regards to that. Jim, congratulations. Really deserves the respect. Absolutely. Jim, Ruud van Nistelrooy is a great manager. He's going to prove to be a fantastic manager. The thing with Ruud van Nistelrooy, he has this element of, I don't know what it is. It's like likable aura around him that you just like, you want to work for him. You want it to succeed with him. And Ruud van Nistelrooy is a fantastic player. A guy that suffered adversity in his career, of course, got a major injury, which, of course, delayed his transfer to Man United by 1 year. So Alex Ferguson kept his promise and ended up signing Ruud van Nistelrooy in the end. And then the love affair, of course, happened. Although we did fall out of love. Well, we didn't. But you know what? The situation's changed. We know that Sir Alex Ferguson's very ruthless. And then Cristiano Ronaldo came in, and Cristiano Ronaldo was doing all these step-overs. And Ruud van Nistelrooy is getting upset because Ronaldo was not crossing the ball. Big up, Jim and Kazi. Of course, big up Brian Foskett. Big up, of course, everyone in the chat. I'm not a fan of VAR style. I like the old days. It's either a goal or no goal. And one thing I would say about this whole issue about VAR is that it should be clear and obvious. Clear and obvious. And if it's not clear and obvious, if you have to look at it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, it's not clear and obvious, and you have to leave it. A bit like when we had the penalty against us against West Ham. The referee, Coots, of course, has been suspended since then, of course, looked at the screen, and he's looked at it 7-8 times. He looked at it 7-8 times. And you know what? Goodness me. It's not clear and obvious then, isn't it? It's not clear and obvious. So if it's not clear and obvious, you don't give the bloody penalty. That's one thing I would say, of course. In regards to penalties, I like the straight decisions. I hate, absolutely agree, Jim. Absolutely, mate. I think Amram will avoid sporting players and expensive signings after learning that Erik ten Hag, that is his trap. He must avoid because it became a rod for Erik ten Hag when they flopped and scouts. It is. Although I do agree with that, it's a very good comment, Janino. It is a very big thing for us, obviously. If it flops, obviously, the pressure goes on Ruben Amorim like it did with Erik ten Hag. Although you cannot beat him with that stick because, obviously, it is the owners who paid that money. It is the owners who decided to pay 90 million for Anthony. You know, it is them because they waited so long to the end of the transfer window. And obviously the price then gets extortionate and then we have to pay the money because we're desperate. And Ajax knew that we were desperate. Nowadays, we have a more shrewd negotiating team going on. So hopefully we won't spend so much on these players. Hopefully we will get good deals coming out of these players. You know what I mean? Maybe get a less price and maybe buy them with an obligation to pay an extra fee in a couple of years, or incentives in regards to their appearance bonuses, their goal bonuses, assist bonuses and things like that. You can work a deal around that. You can. International appearances. You can work a deal around that. So, you know, a player like Florian Wirtz, I wouldn't sniff at him. I think he's fantastic. I would go for him, in my opinion. Although we have to be careful, and I'll tell you why we have to be careful, because obviously the thing with Kai Havertz and obviously Timo Werner were just as highly rated as Florian Wirtz. Remember that. They were just as highly rated as Florian Wirtz. I remember looking at my phone back in a few years ago, and I always used to see the Bundesliga, and I used to see Florian Wirtz, no, not Florian Wirtz, sorry, Timo Werner and Kai Havertz scoring non-stop. Kazi, Gru got offered jobs from everywhere, but Oli hasn't. There you go. Why, Kazi? Exactly. Why? Why is that the case? I thought, you know, at the end of the day, you know what? I love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I do. I mean, trust me. I mean, he was one of the most important players in our history. Of course, wouldn't have won a treble without Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But I love all the treble-winning team. You know what I mean? And I feel like we should aspire to be like that treble-winning team. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, there's something missing. And I think it's a little bit of edge, a little bit of naughtiness, kind of. You know what I mean? You need that. I know he was known as the babyface assassin, but as a manager, he's not an assassin. He's quite the opposite. I mean, when he walked into that press conference and apologized to Rashford, mate, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer apologizing to Rashford, it just couldn't. I mean, I was just like, no, mate, Ole, you're a legend, mate. Don't apologize to him. He's not a legend. He's not a legend. He apologized to you for down tooling. That's what it should be. Sniper Man, I don't understand why Messi is on FIFA best man's player and not Ronaldo, because he's you know what? He's a puppet to the media, Sniper Man. He's a puppet to the media. Messi's that guy, you know what I mean, who'll do anything to get on the media. And you know what I mean? He's a media player. He's a media player. Cristiano Ronaldo's the true GOAT. Messi's the media GOAT. And that's what it is. Messi's a media It starts with a B. Absolutely. And you know what else he does? We all know what he does behind the scenes. We know what he does. We know what he practices. We know what he supports. And he's definitely not on the right side of history. And that's one thing I'll say about Lionel Messi. Absolutely. Also, I voted for Garnacho for his Puskas Award. Big up, Sniper Man. Love my brother. Love my brother. Good morning, Tanzania. How you doing, my friend? Tanzania, I hope you're doing well. Robert, can I call you Robert, my friend? Good to see you, brother. Hope you're good. Good morning, brother. Well done. Sorry for Luke Shaw's situation, but I think he should act like the likes of Hargreaves, Ruben Amorim, and hung up the boots because he is no longer benefiting from the club. Nice comment. Absolutely. At the end of the day, there are players there that retired. Gary Neville retired. Certain players retire when they can't do it anymore. Owen Hargreaves retired. I mean, I was a big fan of Owen Hargreaves when he signed for Man United back in 2006. He played for England in the World Cup, of course. Absolutely phenomenal for Man United for 1 season, 2 seasons. Phenomenal. Right? But he had injury problems. And then he ended up, you know what I mean, leaving the club because of those injury problems. He hung up his boots and said, enough is enough. Luke Shaw can get a job in media, but we cannot keep paying his wages. We're paying £180,000 a week, and people are getting made redundant at Old Trafford, guys. People getting made redundant. People got mortgages, they got kids, and they're being made redundant on 30 grand a year. And Luke Shaw is earning 180 grand a week. And you know what I mean? Not playing football. It's the same with Phil Jones. It's the same. This is the environment that we need to delete from our history, from our culture of the football club. These are the type of things that we need to get rid of, because at the end of the day, we needed Luke Shaw tonight. We needed Luke Shaw tonight. And where is Luke Shaw tonight? Soon as Leacher goes, Luke Shaw goes. It drives me mad. It drives me mad. Now we're going to have to play Maguire as that left-sided centre-back, or we're going to have to move Mazraoui into the left-sided centre-back, play Maguire as a right-sided centre-back. Now, that's going to be difficult, playing against Arsenal. You know what I mean? Lopsided. Dalot on the left. You know what I mean? It's going to be lopsided. That left side, if I was Arsenal, Saka, left side attack. Saka, left side attack. Thank you very much, Luke Shaw. You bloody weakling. Oh, my goodness me. Absolutely. Got injured again, Cyberman. Got injured again. Whom do you think will line up on the left in the back three? Robert and from Uganda. Big up Robert from Uganda. Big up Uganda family. Absolutely love the Uganda Man United community. Of course, some of the biggest in the world, guys, Uganda community. Let's not forget, big up Uganda. And one thing I would do, Tanzania, I would play Mazraoui as a left-sided centre-back. I'll play De Ligt as a centre-back, and I'll play Maguire as the right-sided centre-back. There's not much choice, guys. That's what I would do. And I'll play, I would have to play Dalot as a left wing back, and I have to play Ahmed as a right wing back. Ahmed, of course, has done fantastic. Really excited to see more of Ahmed playing that position. He's been absolutely phenomenal under Ruben Amorim, of course. But It is a disappointment because you know what? Arsenal are going to attack us. They're going to have obviously Saka on that right-hand side attacking our left-hand side, which is going to be an issue, very much so. Now, we may lose the game, guys. We may lose the game. But one thing I want to tell you guys is this. We're not ready. Arsenal are far more advanced in their development. They're far more advanced in their tactics in regards to Arteta. But we always are hopeful that we can pull something out of the bag. I really hope we do. You know what I mean? It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be straightforward. But we have to fight for that badge tonight. We have to fight for that badge. And we have to make sure we take every opportunity that is thrown at us, of course, guys. Sal, is it true that VAR originates from cricket, hockey? I think VAR originates from cricket, or American football. It's either that or it's American football. One of those two. Guys in the chat, if you know, I thought I'd ask you. I think it is American football, Jim, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to look at Google, but you know what? I think it's an American sport. That's all I know. Big up, Jim. Someone told me that it originated from DRS. It might have done. It might have done. Rude doesn't hold any baggage. Absolutely. Big up, Rude. Maguire was the captain after Bruno got subbed off. Yeah, he is the sub-captain still, Sniper Man. He is the sub-captain. One thing you would say about Maguire is that his attitude is spot on. His attitude is always spot on. Giving him a new contract? Yeah, no. He's now becoming injury prone. He's having more and more injuries lately, and he's 32. Yeah, I mean, we need to move on. And we need to bring someone in at the end of the season. No more niceties, no more charities, none of that. At the end of the season, all these players that are over 30 years old, that have been here for a number of years, need to go. Regardless how you feel about them, we need to move forward. We need to progress as a football club. That's what we need to do. Of course, Brian, need to stop giving 4 or 5. Absolutely. And those were the days, obviously, Murta and Arnold, and obviously those guys there, Woodward gave those contracts. Whoever thought it was a great idea to give Luke Shaw a new contract, for goodness me, he's been sacked already, isn't he? So he doesn't deserve the sack because he's been sacked. But at the end of the day, you know what? Absolutely dumbfounded how they could give a player like Luke Shaw, with his injury record, a new contract. It just typifies how badly we were run under that ownership, of course. But tonight, we got Arsenal. And I'm enthusiastic. I'm excited. I'm buzzing. But I'm nervous. And the reason I'm nervous is because we don't have our full team. It is a new era under Ruben Amorim, of course. Ruben Amorim was talking about Arsenal's tactics. He was talking about, the way they've changed since the days when he beat them under Sporting Lisbon. But I trust Ruben Amorim. And when I listen to Ruben Amorim, I see confidence. And when he talks, it gives me confidence. And I feel like, you know what, we can actually do something. We might be able to do something. Do you know what I mean? I feel that confident in regards to that. Absolutely. Mazraoui Delict have to do the running tonight. Absolutely, Kazi. It's going to be a tough one. Mate. Obviously, Mazraoui is not a natural left-sided centre-back. He's not a centre-back, really, but he can play in that position in the free, of course. So I really hope that we nullify Arsenal. I mean, I'm disappointed that Odegaard is back and Saka, because you know what? Those are the two players that are most dangerous, in my opinion, for Arsenal. But you know what? Back to survival of the fittest, as I said. Survival of the fittest. He who dares wins. To be the best, you've got to beat the best. And if we want to go up that table, we're going to have to do things we're not expected to do. There's been better Arsenal teams in the past. There's been better Man United teams in the past. Arsenal, by all means, not invincible. By all means, they're not invincible. Chinino, West Ham must be the unluckiest club in regards to strikers. Haller, Shamaka, Fulgrug, etc. They flop at West Ham once again or get injured, and Antonio ends up surviving again. No, mate, it reminds me of... Antonio should play for Man United because he's like a bloody armadillo. He survives a bloody nuclear explosion, doesn't he? At the end of the day, it's a bit like what happens with Man United. And when the transfer window comes, these guys, like Phil Jones used to do, go into their shell and hide or pretend they're injured. You saw Victor Lindelof walking around with a neck brace in the transfer window in the summer, didn't you? You know what I mean? I mean, we know why you're doing that, mate, don't we? You don't want to lose your contract. You don't want to leave Manchester United, of course. Absolutely. A bigger Taiwo, how you doing, my friend? It's good to see you back, my friend. I hope you're doing good. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you, of course. Absolutely, absolutely. Sniper Man, Sal, are you watching a BGT? BGT? What's BGT, guys? Help me out. I'm not in with the hip stuff. What's a BGT? It sounds like something at a Subway, in my opinion. But you know what? Can I have a BGT, please, foot long? Yeah, and let me know what a BGT is, guys. Am I watching BGT? I'm not sure. Greetings, Sniper Man. How you doing? Namaste. 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 We supposed to get a left, and you don't have already anybody get in. We were supposed to get a left back in the summer, and as I was preaching, I was like bloody Whoopi Goldberg in Sister Act. I was preaching to get a left back all summer, guys. I said we need a left back, we need a left back, we need a left back, but no one bloody wanted to listen, did they? They never wanted to listen to Uncle Sal, did they? At the end of the day, I said we needed a left back because Luke Shaw's not reliable. Malassia's got whatever problem he's got, and we ain't got no one else. You know what I mean? So we needed a left back. We didn't get it. Unfortunately, we didn't get the left back we needed. You know what I mean? Then we missed out on that one. Now we have to wait till January, or we're gonna have to wait till the summer. Now, this is why this season I'm not writing the league season off. I'm not completely writing it off. But one thing I would say is that we will lose some games. We will feel some pain, right? We will. And one thing it is, though, we have to understand and watch the game closely. Things will change, though. It will not be a permanent thing. Things will change for Ruben Amorim. There will be changes at Man United next season. A lot of the players that are at Man United right now will not be at the football club next season. Absolutely not. I mean, a lot of those players who down tooling, injured with a little knock, will not be at the club next season. My only worry is going forward, right? There's a number of players who keep getting injured at a football club. And you know when you get injuries, especially Mason Mount, for example, he had a pelvis operation. And, you know, you get knock-on injuries, a rebound injury, so to speak. And then you end up getting these little niggles here and there. We can't use that excuse of Luke Shaw because his injury was 10, 11 years ago, of course, as we know. Ruud van Nistelrooy famously got a very, very serious injury before he signed for Man United, which delayed his transfer to Man United for 1 year, but he still played a lot of football and was always called upon. He was relied upon. Now, there's different types of mentalities here. There's mentalities like, I'm not feeling good, I don't want to play for Man United. Or there's mentalities like, I love Man United, I'm going to do my best for the badge regardless how I'm feeling. And that's the difference, in my opinion. Absolutely, absolutely. I want to give a new contract to Casemiro, Guy Evans. Then you are 1 in a million. No, we need to move on, Sniper Man. Absolutely not, in my opinion. No way. Good morning, Mr. Sal. Good morning, Gloria. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. What about Havertz? What about Havertz? No, thank you. Please, what's wrong with Luke? We're sure he's injured again. He's injured. Nothing confirmed, nothing declared about what the problem is, but he's injured. That's all we know. He's injured, and you know what? He won't play tonight. He didn't travel with the squad down to London, and he won't be playing tonight. He won't be in the squad. Again, he's let us down, guys. Surprise, surprise. Still a blackest in the house. At the end of the day, he hasn't. He's not going to be fit. Robert, what is the man you board thinking about transfers of Gonzalo Ignacio, Quenda, Goncalves, ain't Nore to United? Those players, Robert, are all on Man United's wish list. All those players, you said them all, are on Man United's long list of players that we could sign in the summer. Man United do have a number of players there. So basically, Man United, if we went over, for argument's sake, we went after a Quenda, Giovanni Quenda. If we are unsuccessful, we'll go after Goncalo Ignacio, or we'll go after Fernandez. You know, there's a list of players that Man United are after. There's a list of players on our list that we will be prepared. We will be prepared. If one doesn't work out in the transfer market, we'll get the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And that's basically what happened with Jared Branthwaite and obviously Lenny Yoro, who ended up being second to draft Branthwaite. Man United were after Jared Branthwaite. Didn't work out. Overpriced. They ended up getting Lenny Yoro, of course, guys, as we know. Jim, Shaw is the king of injuries. We have to sell him. Absolutely, Jim. We're not a charity anymore, isn't it? You know, we have to think about our football team. He's let us down so many times. I'm not saying he, 100% he's a fraud and stuff like that, but he's let us down so many times, guys. We need to move on with him, you know. Border, 10 years he's been at a club. Border Gavaskar Trophy. No, I'm not watching that, my friend. I don't even know what it is, my friend. Sorry. Liza Rami, Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam. Liza Rami, how you doing, brother? Alhamdulillah, I'm good, my friend. Hope we win, but have not won at the Emirates since 2019. Of course, was it the moonwalk from Jesse Lingard? As long as we give it a go and keep our style of play, I'd be happy. It's only the beginning. Absolutely, mate. That is, one thing we have to understand, that it's not going to all fall into place in regards to style of play, in regards to results. It's not going to happen straight away. We may lose the game. We may be underwhelming. We may be crap tonight. right? But the important thing is that we do not overreact because it's going to take time implementing the style of play. It's only been 2 weeks, guys. You know what I mean? Implementing the style of play and obviously getting a result as well. It's going to be difficult. The most important thing for Man United today is the self-preservation, to try and get something from the game. Try and get something from the game. That is the only thing we have to be concentrating right now, of course. Anyway, a Subway just opened near me. Big up to the Subway crew, of course. Britain Got Talent shows is a BGT. Britain Got Talent. Britain Got Talent show is BGT. Yeah, Britain Got Talent is. Absolutely. And yes, Britain's Got Talent. Yeah, Britain's got talent. Yeah, Britain definitely has got talent. Yes, absolutely. Per square mile, it's probably the most talented place on earth. Is Shaw injured again? Yes. Zizou is injured again, my friend. Absolutely. He's more injured, for goodness sake. Hey, we need to build an A&E for Luke Shaw only in outside Old Trafford, for goodness sake. Stabans, yep, he's injured. Absolutely. Sal, grab the phone and call Ineos low. They should listen to you. Thank you, Jim. You know what I mean? I think they should come on this channel and just listen to me. Nah, you know what I mean? They won't listen to me, of course. You know what I mean? I mean, at the end of the day, I echo a lot of Man United fans when I speak. You know what I mean? Because I want what's best for the football club. Jim wants what's best for the football club. We all want what's best for the football club. And you know what? We shouldn't be showing any sympathy for certain people in the football club now. Because at the end of the day, we are not challenging for the league, are we? So at the end of the day, we cannot be sympathetic to serial failures. And that's exactly what I would say. We cannot be sympathetic to serial failures. Why are we offering contracts to serial failures? Why are we doing that? And failure for Man United is not challenging for the league, is not challenging for the Champions League. That is not even qualifying for the Champions League. That is a serial failure for Man United, of course, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. Luke Shaw is finished. United does not need Luke Shaw anymore. I agree, Gloria. We need to move on from these days, of course, guys. I wonder how Luke Shaw is injured again and again, or maybe he's faking injury. He does not want to play for the club. We don't want injuries. If there was an England tournament, if there was a World Cup starting next week, Luke Shaw would be fit. Luke Shaw would be fit. If there was a World Cup or European Championship starting next week, Luke Shaw would be fit. You bet your bottom dollar, Luke Shaw would be fit for that tournament. He's sinister. He's sinister. I don't trust him. I don't trust the leaks. I think the leaks come from him. It is well known. You know what I mean, that the leaks come from him. Absolutely. Good morning, United Road. How you doing, brother? I hope you're doing well. Hope everything is cool with you. Shaman, what's going on, my brother? I hope you're good. Hope you're good. Welcome back to the stream. The legend, of course. Chinino, Amaram should not build anything around Shaw, Mount, and Malacia because they will be unavailable again. Malacia could handle one-off games like Arsenal to Saka due to his tenacity. That's exactly what it is, Chinino. One-off games here and there, you know, but more time than not, the majority of the time, when we need them, they're nowhere to be seen. Like tonight, we need Luke Shaw. We need Malacia. Where are they? They're nowhere to be seen, of course. And you know what? They let us down. They let us down at the end of the day. How he gets injured, I don't know. I mean, he gets injured. I've never seen someone get injured as much as him. Shaw should go in January, seriously, that guy. But who's going to get him, Uchichi? Who's gonna buy Luke Shaw? His injury record is atrocious. No one in their right mind would buy Luke Shaw. The only thing we can do is pay off his contract. But Ineos are not going to do that. It's going to cost an absolute arm and a leg. Unless Luke Shaw goes into that office and says, look, you know what? You can end my contract. I'm going to take a discount fee if you end my contract now. Then they can do it. Personally, I think they should do it. Personally, I say, look, Luke Shaw, it's over for you, mate. We can't handle this. You're injured all the time. Here's your money. See you later. Best of luck in your future endeavors, of course. That's what I feel like Man United should do. But we're not going to do that. It's going to cost too much money. Of course, guys, too much money. Absolutely. Kazi, yes, he is. Jim Watkins is Greeks United, of course. Kazi, yes, it's me. Jim Watkins, the legend. I love the name Greeks United. It's a lovely name, my friend. Lovely name. So Jim is Greek. Yes, Jim is Greek. Sniper Man, he is Greek, of course. I might go Greece in the summer, guys. Watch your space. I might be doing a live stream in Greece this summer or hopefully soon. I'm going to Italy to see the family, the in-laws, and then I might go to Greece, which is around the corner, of course. So listen, wait and see. Play it by ear. Absolutely. Play it by ear. Yes, Sniper Man, I'm Australian Greek. Absolutely. Absolutely. Natalie and Bluesky in the house, of course. She's Italian Greek, though. Little fact, I once sat next to Natalie and Bluesky on a plane back from Dubai. Hen, I listened to the manager's talk. He inspires me. I've got a feeling he's going to do magic with this squad. And I think they are starting to believe. Do you know what lies around me? You echo my feeling, my friend. My brother, you echo my feeling. I feel the same. When I listen to Ruben Amram, I want to listen. It's a little bit like Ruben Nistelrooy. He's the same. But Ruben Amram just talks about tactics. He talks about what we need to do. You know, he goes into details. And you know he knows what he's talking about. You know, if we needed to change the game tactically, Ruben Amram is that guy to change it tactically. You feel it in your bones, don't you? Like, if it goes pear-shaped tonight, he will change it. He will change it. And you know what? But it's a tough game today. To be honest, I'll take a draw tonight. But to be honest with you, I would love to win. I would love to win. But just don't lose, Man United. Try not to lose. Try your best not to lose, of course. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. Sal, for sure, man, he's gone now. Absolutely. Beef Bully, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. He has to go now. Beef Bully, he has to be gone. He has to be out the door. Hit the road, Luke, and don't you come back no more. Absolutely. JJ Malasia will come good for me. When's that? I mean, at the end of the day, I'll be collecting my pension by the time Malasia comes good. That guy runs on a treadmill and then is injured. I don't know what's going on with Tyron Malasia. He has nice teeth. That's all I know. I remember I told you Malasia has nice teeth, and that's about it. That's about where the buck stops with him, of course. Buck, get it? Cause is it big up, of course. He should play for Shrewsbury Town. They wouldn't even have him at the moment, of course. They wouldn't even have him, of course. Little Welsh, Sal, big up, absolutely. Big up, Jim. How many years contract does Luke Shaw left? 2 years, 2027. We got 2 years to cope. We have to pay his wages. Is that absolutely atrocious, isn't it? That he's given a 5-year contract, guys. Mad, isn't it? When you think about it, how crazy is that? Oh, Man United, what are you doing? Why did you do this to yourself? For goodness sake, man, it's like Radiohead. You do it to yourself, you do. And that's what really is. They do it to yourself, just you, Murta, no one else. Absolutely, bloody hell. They drive me mad. They do absolutely to drive me crazy. I love it if we beat them. I would love it if we beat them. Kevin Keegan is in the house. Kazi starts with K. The same with Kevin Keegan. Absolutely. Kevin Keegan. I would love it if we beat them. Love it. You gotta go to the Emirates and get something. Absolutely, we're gonna try it. I hope we try it, and I hope we do, and we hope that we get something. I'm gonna be here live for the watch along, guys, tonight at 7:45 p.m. UK time, guys. I'll be here live for the watch along between Arsenal and Man United. One of the biggest games in the history of English football, of course, in particular, a rivalry and being so close. So tonight I would go for a 3-5-2 up top. Xerxes Holland back and what's that? Mount. Okay, yeah. Midfield will be Mount, Bruno, Casemiro, Ugarte. Beef Bully, you have something there. You got something there. At the end of the day, Man United don't have their full team, so you know what? We might have no choice but to play a formation a bit like that with the 5 instead of the 4 in midfield, of course. So yeah, the 5 it is a good idea, a very good idea. One thing tonight is going to be, it's not going to be a dominating performance for Man United, and we have to get that out of our head right now. It's going to be a snatch and grab, basically. We will have a snatch and grab kind of tactics tonight. It will be, not an easy game. Arsenal will be pressing. Arsenal will be looking to win the game. So we have to be on tight, solid, narrow, you know what I mean? And any opportunity that we get, we have to capitalize on it. We cannot sit back, though. We cannot sit back. So we know what Arsenal do. They run you down, and eventually they get the goal, and eventually they end up winning the game. Remember what happened last season, what they did to us. We have to use our substitutes effectively. When it gets to 60, 70 minutes, we bring on Garnacho. You know what I mean? If we bring on a Garnacho, that pacing behind, you know what I mean? We can nick the game, guys. It can happen. It can happen, of course. They are quality players at the end of the day, of course. Of course. Jim, we'll win tomorrow, but Sal, I won't be able to watch it live. It's going to be on like 6 a.m. No problem, Jim. You know what? I take the blessings of a win from you, my friend. Absolutely. Hope we win tonight, guys. I really do. I hope we win. Chininho, I saw United brief that not surprised he was injured again. Amram in his BBC interview said it was not like him taking long to suss out his squad. That gives hope. Absolutely, Chininho. Glass half full. Very good comment. Of course, Jim Ratcliffe did say to Luke Shaw a year ago, don't get injured. Don't get injured again. Basically saying you're always getting injured. That was from Jim Ratcliffe. Don't get injured. And what happened? Lo and behold, he's injured. I'm sure that Ineos have got enough of this guy. I'm sure they don't want any more to do with him. I'm sure he's going to be leaving the football club. I'm certain. Ruben's in-game management is awesome, and he's not scared to sub early. That's because he played the game, absolutely. And not only did he play the game, lies around me, he played in many positions. He played right back, left back, centre back, striker, midfielder, and he even played in goal. Guys, he did. Look it up. He played in goal as well, guys. So Ruben Amram, you know what? Excited. He gives me excitement. He gives me hope for the game tonight, you know, and when you look at the manager and you look at some managers and you think, oh, we're going to lose tonight, you know, probably going to lose tonight. I don't feel that with Ruben Amram. You know, it is going to be a tough game. And I'm not going to criticize these players if they lose the game tonight. I'm not. I will be upset, of course. I don't want to lose the game, but I firmly believe that we can get something at the game tonight. If we give our all, if we fight for that badge, there's nothing that Man United can't achieve because we are Man United at the end of the day. We're Man United. And you know what? We've been through the downturns before. You know, Arsenal are not all that. They're not. I'm not just telling myself to reassure myself, guys. I actually believe Arsenal are overrated. I say that with my chest out. With my chest out. I say that Arsenal are overrated, in my opinion. I believe it. I do. And look, I don't want to be harsh and stuff like that on Arsenal and Arsenal fans. I don't want to stir up anything. But one thing I would say is that, yeah, they're incredibly overrated. That's why they've won no trophies. I think that Man United win tonight. Man United end Arsenal's title challenge. And I don't know why it's a title challenge. If we win tonight, we'll only be a few points behind them, you know. So that means we probably have a chance, don't we, at the end of the day. So, look, I hope that Man United do bits tonight. I hope you guys can join me for the watch-along. Please join me for the watch-along. It's going to be fun, guys. We're going to do this business, guys. We can do this, guys, of course. We don't want any giddy Arsenal fans. Arsenal fans are the worst fans in the world of football, in my opinion, of course. Jim, whatever happens, I can make marks of us winning the EPL soon in 2 years. I agree, Jim. I agree. Hopefully, we could see huge size coming up next season. Next season, this is why Ruben Amram coming in right now was important, because he can suss out the good apples from the bad apples. So by the end of the season, he will know the bad apples. And those bad apples will be out the football club. So next season, we'll start on the front foot because we will have his own players in and the bad apples will be at the football club. At last, the bad apples will be at the football club. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for us to move on from these bad apples because we had too many of them infecting the fruit bowl, of course. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's a bit like a pond, right? If you put a bit of pollution in the pond is going to be infected. The fish are going to die. And that's what happens with Manchester United and some of these players. The fish are going to die, of course. You know what I mean? At the moment, we're a big fish in a small pond, right? Speaking of fishes. And Man United need to be back in their sea, which is the sea. That's where they should be. And that's the top of the league. Not a pond. Not with the likes of Southampton and West Ham and Everton amongst them. You know, Man United need to be up that league. They need to be in the sea, not in the pond. And that's what we need to do, guys. And make sure there's no pollution in that sea. You know what I mean? And we get rid of it. And when pollution does drop in that sea, it spreads out and it disappears because we are in control of our own destiny, of course. What sort of apples, Sal, Granny Smith, Royal Gallup, Pink Lady, Pink Lady, Jim. Yeah, Pink Lady apples, absolutely. I like my red apples, though. Yeah, I do like my golden. I mean, I'm not an expert on apples, of course, guys, but I do like Pink Lady apples. I think they're lovely. I do think pink apples are lovely. Absolutely. Can't wait to have an apple. Yeah, definitely, guys. So Man United against Arsenal tonight, 7:45 p.m. UK time. I am live with you guys. Manchester United are interested in a number of players, namely Florian Wirtz. Florian Wirtz, of course, plays for Bayern Leverkusen. One of their main players in that team, of course, who won the Bundesliga so famously, could be front runner to be a Manchester United player next season. What would you make of that? Love Pink Lady apples too. Absolutely. Love them, mate. Love them. Love them. I love apples. I don't eat enough apples, to be honest with you. I've got to eat more apples myself. An apple a day keeps the doctor at bay, as they say, of course. Big Bully, so I think we're going the big summer, throw away the crap, etc. Shaw, Malacia, Maguire, Evans, Lindelof, Ins, first TDM studio. Absolutely love it, Big Bully, but absolutely Shaw, Malacia, Maguire, Evans, Lindelof need to be gone. First one's out the door. They need to be gone. We can't be too charitable. We're too charitable these days. We need to just say, look, guys, bye. That's what we need to do. We need to say, look, that's enough is enough. Because we're Manchester United, we're not Maguire FC, we're not Luke Shaw FC, we're not RCFC Evans FC, we're Manchester United FC. And these players are just stealing a living at our football club. They're stealing a living, and you know what? I'm tired of it. When we need them the most, they're gone. They're too busy doing their TikTok videos. When we need them the most. Do you know what I mean? Brian has got it big. Brian, 2-1 United. Come on, you Reds. Brian, I'll take that all day long, my bro. I hope it happens. I would love that. That will fill me with so much joy, especially as the game finishes about 2 a.m. for me. 2 a.m. and I'm up at 5 a.m. in the morning, guys. I'm up at 5 a.m. in the morning. So, Man United, do me a nice big favor. Please try and win this football match. Come on. Do it for me. Do it for the United fans. Do it for my community. Blessings in the community, of course. The community of Stretford Post, which is the best community in the world, of course, guys. I can't wait for it. Hopefully, we win. And hopefully, we move on to Pilsen. Victoria Pilsen in the Europa League, guys. And you know what? That should be a win. But then, guess what? We got Man City away, haven't we? And we got Tottenham away, haven't we? And then we got Arsenal away, haven't we? Again, in the cup. You know, I mean, no rest for Man United this next couple of months. We've got Liverpool away in January as well. Let's not forget that as well, guys. You know, we got a very, very difficult 2 months. But as I said at the top of the show, survival of the fittest. He who dares wins. To be the best, you got to beat the best. And we're definitely going to have to beat the best this next few weeks and months. We've got a number of games coming up that are astronomically hard, right? But one thing's for certain, Ruben Amorim will know characters after this next couple of months. He will know the players he's dealing with. When it's fair weather, when you're playing the likes of Ipswich and Everton, yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's nice. But when you get on to the Man City away, Arsenal away twice, Liverpool away, Tottenham away, that's when you truly see characters, guys. That's when you're truly going to see characters at Manchester United. Big up, Sal, for your commitment to the stream late from the country. Big up. Of course, yes, it is not the Forest Castle. You're absolutely right this Saturday. You're absolutely right. Then I think we got Man City, haven't we, Kazi? Correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, the FA gives us rotten schedule. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It is disgusting the way the FA, this shouldn't even happen. Man United shouldn't be playing Arsenal. One, we played on Sunday. We played on Sunday. Man United shouldn't be playing Arsenal on Wednesday night at Emirates. Arsenal played on Saturday, didn't they? And now they're playing on Wednesday at home. That shouldn't be. That's unfair, especially a game of this magnitude. It's a difficult game. A game of this magnitude, of course. Of course, guys. Let me just look at the Man United fixture lists coming up. Of course, I want to have a look because I don't want to make any mistakes. Let's have a look. Man United will be playing Arsenal tonight, of course, as we know. We've got Nottingham Forest, which should be a win, guys. Of course, Victoria Pilsen after that, absolutely. Man City in the league. And then Tottenham away in the League Cup quarterfinals. And then we got Bournemouth at home. Now, look. Squeezed in between Nottingham Forest and Victoria Pilsen, we have Man City and Tottenham away, right? So December is a pretty tough one. Then we obviously got Wolverhampton Wanderers away. They're not no mean feat. They're quite a difficult turn to play. Then we got Newcastle at home. So in theory, in regard to the top 6, we got Newcastle, we got Tottenham, we got Man City, and we got obviously Arsenal, haven't we? So madness. Matt Millen, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're good. People going in on shore. This lynch mob. He nearly died when his leg broke. If you not forget, it was horrific. It was 10 years ago, mate. It was 10 years ago. At the end of the day, we're not a charity. We're not A&E. I wish him the best of luck. I don't hate the guy. I rate the player as one of the best left backs when he's fit. But Man United not a charity. Man United have to move on. One thing I would say, and I wish Luke Shaw the best of luck in what he does in the future. He had a horrific injury. He didn't really die. For crying out loud. Good to see. Take it from a guy who worked in a hospital for 6 years, right? Right. And at the end of the day, he had a terrible injury. He almost got his leg amputated, if you get it correct. Yeah, he almost got his leg amputated, Matt Millen. But one thing I'm certain, I don't wish bad on anyone. I like Luke Shaw. Let's get it straight. But at the end of the day, as Man United fans, my friend, we can't be charitable to players. We can't be. We're a football team looking to be successful as a football team. We're not looking to be successful for Luke Shaw. We're a football team at the end of the day. Kazi, I don't know if I we play Pilsen and Man City. Difficult. Not enough for us to win. Pilsen win. Man City is going to be the difficult one. Man City obviously going to look to raise their game against Man United, as we all know. Telling me, Sal, next 6 weeks, Tottenham, City, Arsenal, Forest, Newcastle, Liverpool, Arsenal. Mad, isn't it, mate? Mad. Is that fair? Is that actually fair? Do you think that's fair? Enjoying some of the lovely lasagna and salad. Absolutely lovely. Don't make me hungry, Jin. You're making me hungry, bruv. You're making me very hungry, of course, guys. Look, you know what? There's nothing I want more than every single Man United player to succeed. You know, I have no agendas. I'm no Play FC. I'm Man United FC. That's what I am. But if people look at me on Twitter, if they look me up and they look at Luke Shaw Stretford post, you see the support I've had for Luke Shaw, endless amounts of support. I want not only Luke Shaw, Tyra Malacia, Mason Mount, all these players who continuously get injured. Mate, Maguire now is starting to get injured. You know, we have to move on from that, guys. You know, this is a new era at Man United. And if you want to be successful, you're going to have to make tough decisions. You're going to have to be ruthless. Man United have got rid of far more important players than Luke Shaw. Steve Bruce, Gary Pallister, Brian Robson, who had a year left in him, of course. Paul McGrath, Norman Whiteside. You know, we got rid of far more bigger, successful players than him. Do you know what I mean? Uchichi, I like Luke Shaw, but we have to do what's necessary. We can't go forward out of pity. We need to, absolutely. Pity is the key word, Uchichi. We cannot show pity now because people are pitying us. Man United have become the pity. Man United are the pity now. You know what I mean? Because we're not being successful, we're not challenging for the titles, etc. We're the laughing stock, right? So we got to stop being that laughing stock. We're the biggest club in England, guys. The biggest. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, Luke Shaw doesn't support Man United. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're Man United supporters. You know what I mean? And I wish Luke Shaw all the best. But we cannot show pity. We cannot keep holding on to these players for dear life because they're not there when we need them. You know? But I respect him. And I hope he does well when he leaves the club. I hope he goes into media. I hope he becomes successful. I really do. Because on his day, he is probably the best English left back in the last, since Ashley Cole, in my opinion. The best English left back. When he's fit, he's one of the best left backs in Europe, in my opinion. He really is. You know, but at the moment, he's not because he's not on the pitch. It doesn't matter if you're Paolo Maldini or Cherno Samba. If you're not playing football, there's no point. The best form of ability is availability. That's the best form of ability. Kazi, we have to play the games. It doesn't matter who play. Absolutely, Kazi. That is what's most important. It's about the results, of course. Yeah, 10 years ago, it was a life-threatening accident in 1986. He couldn't walk properly. He lost his eye and 5 back surgeries. God made him a human body in certain ways. Footballers aren't robots. And Man United aren't a charity. And that is the nature of the beast, unfortunately, Macmillan. Man United are not a hospital. Man United are not a psychiatric unit. Man United are not A&E. Luke Shaw's not in Section 8. You know what I mean? And he's, you know, at the end of the day, he's not a robot, and Man United not a charity. Man United not a hospital, of course. I have no personal for sure, but we need to look at for after Man United a focus in our mission, and that is to be number one again at all costs. Big up, absolutely, Jim, absolutely. That is the main priority. We do not have player FC at the end of the day. We do not hate Luke Shaw. Let's get it straight. I like Luke Shaw, and I've been complimenting him all show, all right, about his abilities. But it's time we moved on, guys. That's one thing I'll say. If Luke Shaw miraculously became fit again, I support the guy. You know what I mean? But the guy has played. Let me put this in perspective. The guy has missed 500 games for Manchester United. 500 games plus for Manchester United. Right? At the end of the day, is it right? Let me get this right. He's missed 5 years of football. He's missed 5 years of football in total. 5 years of football in total, guys. Luke Shaw. Now, that's not his fault because of the injury. The bad tackle from, obviously, PSV, of course. It was a bad tackle. He should have put him in prison for that tackle. But at the end of the day, it's just football, isn't it? That's football. It happens. It happens in life. Players retire. Players pass away. It happens sometimes, you know what I mean? And, you know, we can show them sympathy, yes. But as Man United, we need to look after Man United and what's best for Man United, guys. Guys, thank you everyone for joining me today. It's been a fabulous show. Don't forget to smash a like on the video. And if you're new, Don't forget to subscribe, please, guys. It's very important. I'm literally a few away from 5,000 subscribers. If you guys could do that for me, keep spreading the Stretford Post word, and we move onwards and upwards, guys. Arsenal tonight. I'll be back later for Chatterbox, of course, 2 p.m. UK time to talk about all things Man United again. But, guys, let's support the lads tonight. It's all about Man United. It's all about winning tonight. That's what's most important. Or, you know what, not losing the game, of course. Have a fabulous, fabulous afternoon, evening, night, morning, whatever you're doing, wherever you are in the world. Thanks for joining me. I'm Sal Warner. This is Breaking Dawn. Have a great day. Take it easy. Peace.
Oh,
yes. Yeah.
Is that another one from Moyland? Yeah, there you go. See what happens when you feed your bloody striker, mate.
Oh, goodness.